Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Venice International Film Festival coverage. We are on day 6, and we had two
Yeah.
very, very big premieres today. Welcome back to Oscar Buzz. Trevor here,
Yeah.
joined as always by Thomas. Today, we're discussing the first reviews and the premieres of Don't Worry, Darling by Olivia Wilde, starring Harry Styles.
Well, leading with Harry Styles.
Yeah,
Florence
leading with
Pugh's in
Harry
it,
Styles.
but Harry
Yeah,
Styles is the more important
Florence.
one.
We got Florence Pugh as well, obviously, and then Chris Pine, who just very much did not want to be there at the premiere. Some great memes coming out of that.
My favorite thing about the movie is it feels like a movie. It feels like a real go to the theater film movie that you kind of the reason why you go to watch something on the big screen.
And we also have Martin McDonagh's The Banshees of Inisherin, which got a lot of love. Not that standing ovation time matters, but I got 13, which is the most of the festival. It's very silly and it means absolutely nothing, but it also got an 89 on Metacritic. That's the more important thing.
Yeah.
So we'll jump into it. Let's lead with Don't Worry, Darling.
Okay. Yeah.
Not great reviews. On the other hand, there's just been so much talk about this movie. Florence Pugh, not even she decided she was there at Venice, strolling around in a fantabulous outfit, but just not showing up to the press, interviews, the junkets, anything like that. Left Chris Pine alone to contemplate the existence of himself while listening to Harry Styles describe acting. And it's just been a mess, this movie.
It's been a real car crash. Yeah, I was pretty excited about it in even a couple of weeks ago, and then it's just really taken a nosedive in terms of personally my excitement and just how everyone seems to be bashing this film. So I'm not surprised it's already got quite poor reviews.
Yeah, it's on a 49 on Metacritic. People saying that the screenplay is just very bad. It's just a very poorly written screenplay. They said Olivia Wilde's direction's actually decent. And but Harry Styles reportedly not good. Not giving a good performance. I mean, we'll see how My Policeman goes, but we can pretty much take him off of all kinds of consideration.
I think so.
So yeah, Chris Pine is reportedly good. But the big thing is Florence Pugh.
Yeah,
she's been getting some raves. Some people even calling it her best performance.
Which is hard because I really adored her in Midsummer. I thought she gave a very good performance in that. So it's going to be hard to be for me, but yeah, I'm down to see another great performance.
Also Little Women, I think that she's incredible in. So yeah, absolutely here for Florence Pugh getting all the praise, especially after all the things that's been coming out about Don't Worry, Darling.
Yeah,
everybody's kind of very everybody loves Florence Pugh right now. She's she's the woman of the hour. And she kind of has a bit of a narrative.
Yes, I mean, rising above the flames. Yeah.
Everything that's gone down with this, and reportedly she's just legitimately very good in the film. So I'm curious. I mean, we'll still both be seeing it. I'm still kind of excited about I don't know. People have said Matthew Libatique's cinematography is still very good. The production design and costumes are actually better than we would be expecting even. So I think this can still be considered in some texts and stuff. And before you say, well, Bardo also got really bad reviews, and you said, but that's also a 3-hour long, film from Mexico.
Yeah.
That doesn't reflect our personal opinion. I don't care, as far as length or what country you're from, but the Academy does.
Yeah.
This film from a Warner Brothers movie from, Olivia Wilde starring Florence Pugh and Harry Styles is going to be a lot more accessible to the Academy. Even if they have nothing to do with the production design or the costumes, it's just going to be a more seen movie. It's just going to be more in the public eye, especially with all of the stuff.
Yeah.
Contrary to
the drama sort of came out at the right time, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting, but I'm not gonna have it in for anything. But just keep it in consideration for things like production design. I mean, also cinematography is getting kind of weak. I will just say
it is. Yeah, Bardo dropped out. Yeah.
After we, after if we can assume Bardo's gone, Bardo could still stick around. But if Bardo's gone and obviously Killers of the Flower Moon has moved, maybe this sneaks it. Like, again, I'm not expecting it to, but just keep it in like your 10. Keep it in like a short list for like production design, costume, cinematography. And Florence Pugh, I could see her maybe showing up at like Critics' Choice or like the Globes.
Yeah. I'd also say this definitely now secures Elvis as the number one priority for Warner Brothers. Like, it was fairly certain before that it would be the number one, but like there was always a sort of thought in the back of your mind there. Or if Don't Worry Darling gets rave reviews, maybe Warner Bros. Shift their attention to that. Looks like it's not going to be happening.
Definitely not rave reviews here.
No.
So yeah, I just, regardless of what people thought on the film, which is generally negative, some people did enjoy it. Some people did have a fun time with it. Like, not everybody's bashing it. It has 5 positive and 16 mixed. So like no negative reviews, but just pretty mixed reviews overall. And everybody's just agreeing that Florence Pugh is very good. I feel like you can kind of place this in the same category as Timothée Chalamet and Bones and All. Not expecting,
even though like Bones and All got a lot better reviews. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, there are 2 performances that I think are going to have a lot of passion behind them. I think Bones and All is going to have a bit more passion as a film, but these 2 performances, they're going to have a lot of passion. I wouldn't be shocked if they showed up at some critics groups, and we'll see just where it shakes out at the end of the day if one of them can sneak in somewhere. But I think they both could make sense for Critics' Choice or BAFTA as well.
Yeah.
I think the BAFTA is also possible.
They are, I think, the most likely places for those kind of things to show up.
Absolutely. So keep an eye out for it. I would be lying if I said that my excitement for this film has significantly dropped, not only just over like the past couple months, but just over the past couple of weeks and days. Because I was very, very excited about this, and like I'm still looking forward to it. I'm still hoping that I can just have a fun time with the movie, but it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of disappointed that
it means I'll be going into it with a very different mindset. Like, I'll be going into it probably trying to enjoy it in a way. So
rather than just like, experiencing it as like just a cinematic experience, this double experience, but whatever. So yeah, just unfortunate, but we all love Florence Pugh, and that's all that matters. Everybody loves Florence Pugh.
Everyone loves Florence Pugh.
And I'm here for it. Why not? The other thing that we got, pretty good reviews.
Pretty
good
that's
reviews.
Even a little bit of an understatement. Like, very good reviews, actually.
Yeah. The Banshees of Inisherin, the follow-up to 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, from Martin McDonagh. It's got an 89. An 89. This is absolutely insane. This is ridiculously high. This Women Talking in Tar are our big breakouts. And this is big. This is really, really big. Makes me feel very good about Farrell getting into
Yes. I've heard great things about him. So 100%.
I've heard he's just phenomenal. Brendan Gleeson as well. I've heard is great. Slide him into supporting actor. I have. I put him in.
I haven't put him in yet. I could very well see him getting there. He's my number 6 right now.
So supporting actor for me right now looks like Ke-Huy Quan, Paul Dano, Michael Ward, Ben Whishaw, Brendan Gleeson. I took out Zen McGrath.
I still got him in, but that's just like, we'll see the reviews for The Sun, I think tomorrow. So like, that'll be very interesting. But I've got him currently number 6.
Yeah. And I think if Zen McGrath is like getting raves as well, then I think you have to slide out Ben Whishaw because he was just kind of like a coattail pick.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. And then, I mean, there's obviously still Brad Pitt there, but like, I don't know. I feel like we've kind of turned a corner and we aren't like, he just isn't making sense as of now. But granted, they just, to be fair, they did just nominate J.K. Simmons last year just because he was named J.K. Simmons and for no other reason. So there's still a chance. But I just don't think this award season is going to be very kind to Brad Pitt, considering the movies he's producing and some of his history. And that's as far as I will go. But Brendan Gleeson, Colin Farrell, looking good. Like, a screenplay we already had in, but feeling very good. We still don't know if it's original or adapted.
I think it doesn't really matter because either way it is in, but
it is in now. It is in.
But like, I think actually, if it does go adapted, it's got a very real show of winning because, as I said on the Woman Talking video, they sometimes do love to spread the love, and like maybe the Banshees is number 2 if it does go and adapted. So that could be interesting.
Even if like Women Talking, like potential Best Picture frontrunner and director frontrunner, I could totally see them. I could totally see them spreading the love. I don't know. I have this in picture.
I put in
I
picture.
really
Yeah, I don't see why
like.
you wouldn't with these reviews and the stuff that it could pick up. So
And like so let's talk about the picture for a second, because we have everything of relevance in women talking as like kind of like, I feel like they're in their own kind of category. It's just like the things that are going to have passion, right?
yeah,
And then you have like the expected things. You have the Fablemans, and you have Babylon, and then you have like the Sun,
yeah,
right? And then like Top Gun Maverick's just also like kind of there.
yeah,
And Empire of Light and Bardo used to be a part of this group, and I think that they've slid out, especially because Empire of Light keeps on dropping and is now in the 50s on Metacritic.
yeah,
So Empire of Light is pretty much done. It's at a 54. So then we have what I think are the next two with Elvis and Triangle of Sadness, the Warner Brothers pick and the Cannes pick.
yeah.
We'll have to see how Decision to Leave goes, because Decision to Leave has an 88 on Metacritic, and I feel like we're like kind of not acknowledging that, and that could win international feature and get a director nomination, especially with the director field kind of dropping. Like, keep an eye out for Park Chan-wook. That could also be a thing. But as of now, I think Triangle of Sadness is in that slot. Then we have like the Netflix slot. That's either Glass Onion or All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yeah.
So I'm leaning towards Glass Onion. I know you're leaning towards All Quiet on the Western Front. It would also be interesting because this could be the first year since 2017 where it's just an all theatrical lineup, where there's no streaming things if Netflix doesn't get something in.
That'd be interesting. Yeah.
After that, we kind of have this nebulous where I have Banshees in. There's also Tar, which is my number 11. There are two big breakouts from the festival. Banshees just feels more likely.
It does feel more likely, and it's got, I guess, it's got like actor, screenplays a lot more locked than it is for Tar, and supporting actor now probably will happen as well. The only thing really that we can really bank on for Tar is actress. So like, yeah, there's just more to Banshees that makes it more of a picture contender in my eyes.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting though with Tar. Like, Variety actually just did a piece about like how Nina Hoss was like the heart of the film. So I still think that she could sneak into supporting actress. The problem is that supporting actress is so damn full between Michelle Williams, and then you have the two from Women Talking in Claire Foy and Jessie Buckley. Then you have two from The Whale and Sadie Sink and Hong Chow. Then you have two from The Sun and Laura Dern and Vanessa Kirby. Plus Stephanie Hsu is still there.
Yeah.
And then you have Nina Hoskin turned into the mix, and then probably somebody from She Said will be there. And She Said's also just this thing that will get reactions out of New York. That could end up in the slot. You also have The Whale, depending on how good that does. Like, I don't have confidence in A24, but also, like for the last 11 Oscars, the Best Actor winner has always been nominated for Best Picture. So if we're so confident about Brendan Fraser winning, do we have to put that in picture, or do we just have to not have Fraser winning?
Screenplay as well, and it's probably going to get supporting actress. So like maybe. Well, The Whale does have a strong haul.
So there's that random. There's these like last couple spots that are very random, but I have Banshees getting in because, as you mentioned, it just feels very safe in actors, and then like potentially support an actor in screenplay. Like, it feels very, very safe in screenplay to the point where like we might have it winning. Farrell just feels very safe in actor. I think he's my number 4.
He's my number 4 as well. Yeah, 100%.
I also think McDonough needs to enter the director conversation, especially with Mendes and with Iñárritu potentially dropping out. Like, you have Sarah Polley, Damien Chazelle, Steven Spielberg, the Daniels, and Ruben Östlund. Who do you have after that? You have Todd Field, Florian Zeller, and Park Chan-wook. I put Martin McDonough on the same tier as them.
Probably if it's getting picked, I guess he would be on the similar tier. But I really don't think it needs director though. Like, I don't necessarily.
I'm just saying I think he needs to be in the conversation is all.
I guess so. But I do still feel that Colin Farrell plus screenplay plus maybe Brendan Gleeson might be enough to ride the wave this year. It really might be.
And I agree. I do think that actually is enough. I'm just keep director in the back of your mind. Other than that, I don't think we're really looking at any other nominations.
No, I don't think tech's it doesn't feel like a tech thing.
Yeah. But overall, just very excited. I mean, Metacritic 16 positive reviews, 0 mixed, 0 negative.
Yeah.
Like, it's just supposed to be just like very funny, very dramatic, very heartwarming. There hasn't been a single review under an 80. Like, even people who I know like hated Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri are loving this, saying it's like a return to form of like In Bruges. People are saying it's like a metaphor, like a really like also like going very deep, like metaphorically with like tackling like the Irish Civil War and like UK history and painting like different perspectives on that through different characters. Like I don't know, it seems like just it's like a very, very like deep and well written movie. But then also just a very fun and enjoyable movie that's like has just some phenomenal performances. It just feels like a thing. And especially just with all the buzz and the excitement around this. I'm really excited for this movie. I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be great.
Maybe my most anticipated to come for the year. Like, I'm a big McDonough fan. I'm a big McDonough fan. So like these reviews are making me very happy to see that he's got another, hit.
And like I don't like Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and that's the only McDonough film I've seen. I still need to watch In Bruges, but I'm still ridiculously excited for this movie after these reviews. Like
who wouldn't be? Who wouldn't be?
Yeah. I'm very here for it. I'm very here for it. Very excited. So it's been a tale of two drastically different reactions today between Don't Worry Darling and Banshees of Inisherin. But still excited to see both, but particularly excited now to see Banshees of Inisherin because like I mean just look at these reviews. Just look at these reviews.
It's still 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it is.
I think
it is.
There you go then. Yeah.
And like I mean, in looking at the Metacritic with not a score below 80, like I feel like it's going to stay at. I don't think it's going to stay at 100. Like once it releases, like
no,
general public. But like I think it's going to stay at 100 for a while. Like I think it could even do that through TIFF. And let's think about TIFF. Okay, let's think about TIFF. Because TIFF People's Choice is now very fascinating because we still had like the things that we were maybe expecting in like Fabelmans and Greatest Beer Run and Glass Onion and things like that, right? And like Triangle of Sadness. But now a couple new faces have entered the chat. The Whale is there, and this is here. Banshees of Inisherin. I'm also very curious to see how Empire of Light plays there because I think Empire of Light could play much better at TIFF than at Telluride. I still don't think it's actually going to be a thing. I still really don't think it's going to be a thing. And speaking of that, do we think that Searchlight's going to pivot away from Empire of Light to Banshees of Inisherin?
Well, I was thinking about this, and like it's a close call because on the one hand you do have like Empire of Light is a much more tempo film to sort of put your eggs under. Like it's Sam Mendes, it's about the love of cinema, it's all of that kind of stuff. But like Banshees has received a lot better reviews, so like do they
30 points higher?
Yeah, I think it's very hard to judge. For me, maybe they just won't have like a sole focus, and they'll try and just sort of push both evenly. I guess maybe that's the direction they'll take. But yeah,
potentially,
it's interesting.
Absolutely, very, very fascinating. And again, I think we'll have to wait to see how it plays at TIFF. But I think regardless, we should, as of now, be looking at Banshees as their strongest contender and have that as their thing that gets in.
Yes, so, I'd agree.
Yeah. But any final thoughts on today at Venice?
Exciting day, but like we get in the sun tomorrow, so that will be very interesting. Yeah. Like very interesting. Could we have another contender just drop off completely? We'll see.
Or could it get another? Or could we have another 90+?
Yeah. Could you have another Patriot contender?
Yeah.
We could.
A winner. Yeah. It'll be very, very fascinating. So stay tuned for all of that. Lots to look forward to. We're nearing the end of Venice coverage, only a couple more days of Venice, but then we're shifting over to TIFF.
Straight into TIFF, yeah.
Lots of exciting things, lots of very exciting things. So thank you everybody for watching. Stay tuned for more and stay safe, everybody. Goodbye.